Hi, welcome to my talk show. If this is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. In fact, I give you a warm welcome. Please, I beg you for a favor, subscribe to this channel by clicking on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. The essence of that bell is for you to get an update from me each time I upload a new video, so that you will be among the first people to check it out. My returning subscribers, my fellow content creators, those who keep on sharing my videos, may God Almighty bless you. And those who have been watching my program and they have not decided if they are gonna subscribe or not, I beg you to subscribe. Come to think about it, subscribing to my channel will not remove any damn thing from you, but rather it's gonna add a great value to me. So this video is a requested one. You know, it's good at times when your viewers ask you questions, it's good to reply them. It shows that you value them. So this video is a follow-up video I made previously concerning the application of family reunion visa. So somebody asked me to make a video about the questions that I was asked. So that is what I'm going to be doing in this video. If you have applied for family reunion visa, or if you wish to apply for family reunion visa, then you have to sit down, because I'm going to tell you in this video every question that I was asked the day I went to submit my document. Now, let's get into your document. It simply means that you have applied. So they will fix a day for your submission. They will tell you is submission, that is the day you are going to submit those required documents. But they are not gonna tell you that they are going to interview you. This is what you should bear in mind. As soon as you step in that German embassy, if you are coming from Nigeria, like I'll be using myself as an example because I came from Nigeria. I don't know how it applies to other countries, but from Nigeria, where I came from, the day I went for submission, as soon as I entered the gate, there was a man there. The first thing he asked me was my 120,000 naira investigation fee, because all those documents that you are submitting to them, believe me, they are going to investigate it thoroughly in order to authenticate it. I know I like Germans. Germans are very good and honest people. Once they tell you yes, their yes remains yes. So that is why they are proving all those documents to know if what you are telling them or the information you gave them about yourself is correct or not. So when I got there, they asked me my 120,000 investigation fee, which I gave to them. And if your spouse, that is, this implies your husband or wife, whoever that is bringing you, doesn't have German visa, you are going to pay, I think, about 13,000 naira for visa fee. But in my own case, I did not, because my husband has a German passport. So these are the things that you are going to be expecting as soon as you step there. This is what they will ask you. You have to go with, if you are coming from Nigeria, you have to go with 120,000. I don't know if they have increased it now. In 2015, I came here. That was their amount, but I don't know if they have changed it now. So once you get there, they will ask you to sit down. Then when it gets your turn, they will call you. And once they call you, you are going to submit the documents, all the documents, to the interviewer. That is the person that is going to interview you. In my own case, I was being interviewed by a young lady. So when it got to my time, she called me and I went. She will be inside and you will be outside. There is something like glass that will demarcate both of you. You will be seeing her. She will give you something like microphone. You will be outside. You will put the microphone in your ears and be answering her questions. You know, her intonation and accent is very difficult if you are coming from Nigeria and you have not had much contact with the whites. Before you could understand the question, it will be very, very difficult. This was the problem I had. The first question she asked me, she said, "Can I see your family picture, please?" I didn't get her. I said I don't have it because I didn't understand what she asked me. So when I brought the picture letter, she said, "I thought you said you are not with it." I said I didn't understand. So the second question, you have to make a bit introduction about yourself, your name, your age, where you came from, then you introduce yourself. Then the second question she asked me was that, "What are you coming to do in Germany?" Then I said, "I am coming to join my husband. My husband lives in Germany and we are now married, so I am going to live with him." So the third question was that he said, "Where and how?" This is very, very important. She said, "Where and how did you meet your husband?" Now, mind you that your husband will also be interviewed in Germany, or your spouse, whoever that is bringing you, is also going to be interviewed. And in this situation, both of you need to say the same thing. If you say something different and the other person said a different thing, then you are complicating it. So you guys need to arrange yourself very well. Then she asked me how and where I met my husband, of which I told them. So I explained to her where and how we met, which is the truth. Then the next question is this: "How long have your husband lived in Germany?" Which I answered. The next one is, "How old is your husband? Where did he come from? Where is he working?" This question, in fact, you need to remember and say it accurately, the date of birth of your spouse. These are the things that they need from you, because if you do not give them accurate information about your spouse, it simply means that both of you do not know each other very well. In that case, it means that you are not married, or you did not give the relationship a long time to study each other. Then they will not grant you visa. You have to convince them that this person you are going to join, you know him or her very well, and both of you love each other. Then if your spouse, I'm just using husband because I came to join my husband. If your spouse has been married before, you need to mention the name of your spouse's wife. And if they eventually had children, you have to also mention the names of those children. So you have to provide accurate information, and your body movement matters. You know, those people that are interviewing you, they are psychologists. Any movement you make when speaking to them, they know you. You know, the first time I entered there, I saw about 3 tall young men. They came immediately and they collected my document. They were ransacking it, you know. That made me to be afraid, but I am the type of person that if I'm going to an interview, I try as much as possible to comport myself, because nervousness can make you to say what you don't want to say. If you are not prepared for any interview, please do not go. Do not go there. Sometimes some of us are being reject interview or anything we applied for because we were not able, you know, to explain ourselves very well. When you get there and you become nervous or afraid, it simply shows that what you are saying is not the truth, or you don't even know what you want to say. Then how would that person grant you what you are looking for? For boldness, you know, the woman was talking to me eyeball to eyeball, and I was looking at her directly into her eyes, you know. Then when you are talking with Germans, you have to look into their eyes, because if you don't look into their eyes, they will think that you are lying. So if you want to be confident, look at the interviewer directly to her eyes, that is eyeball to eyeball, then they will know that you are confident in what you are saying. Do not be afraid. Even when you don't know what to say, try as much as possible to say something. All these things matters. Sometimes when we go for interview, we are being denied because we were not able to express ourselves. We were not able to comport ourselves. The boldness is not there. Then the person will be looking at you as somebody who is too inferior for this. But if you comport yourself very well and explain yourself very well, then trust me, you will be granted. And make sure that what you say and what your partner is saying or will be saying is the same. Do not say. That is why once you have applied or before you applied, both of you need to discuss. I hope the person that asked me to make this video is listening to this, because I cannot keep on replying, writing. I don't have time to start replying your messages for in a text form. That is why I bring out my time to make this video to clarify you. You have to discuss with your partner, whether your wife or your husband that is bringing you. Both of you need to study what you are going to say. I have given you example of likely question that you are going to be asked. Then you need to study it. As for example, the issue of how and where did you meet. This is very, very important. If you are coming from Nigeria, the day you'll be going for the submission, they call it submission, but that is the day they will ask you questions. That is, in fact, that is the day you are going to be interviewed. So you need to be prepared. If your husband doesn't have German passport, if your husband have unbefristet or permanent resident, you need to pay. I think then it was about 13 to 14,000. I didn't pay it because my husband is a German. So after that, she will ask you questions about yourself. Then after asking, they will ask you questions, more especially all the questions they are going to ask you is based on your husband and on yourself. How many brothers and sisters do you have? Where do they live? Their date of birth. And your husband, if your husband has siblings, they will ask you questions about those things. Then after the interview, when she might have finished asking you, and the people looking into your document to find out if there is one missing, if everything is okay, find you before you can get Germany family reunion visa, you have to undergo 3 or 6 months German course, that is A1. You have to know a little bit knowledge of German. They made it compulsory. I don't know the year they started, but when I came, I went to the school. I went to Goethe Institute in Nigeria. I did A1. I wrote the exam and I passed it. That was when I applied. Before you can apply for German family reunion visa, if you are coming from Nigeria, I think this is applied to all the African countries. You need to do this, and this expires after 1 year. You need to register for any German institute to undergo the course for 3 or 6 months. Then after that, you write the exam. If you pass the exam, then you can apply for this visa. So they will ask you, the last question they are going to ask you in this interview is a little knowledge of Dutch, to test your knowledge of Dutch. You hear something like "Wie heißt du," which means what is your name. Then you can say, "My Name is Oda." You explain yourself. Then the second question may be "Wie alt bist du?" That is, how old are you? Then you can say "Ich bin blah 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 blah." You mention your age. Then which other one? They may ask you "Wo wohnt Ihre Frau" or "Ihre Mann." That is, where do your husband or your wife live? Yes, this brings me to something. You need to know the address, the state. For example, my husband lives in Baden-Württemberg, that is the state, and the city is Stuttgart. And the strategy, you need to know it. You need to know the state your partner or your spouse is living. You need to know the city. You need to know the street and the house number. These are the things that you'll be expecting. Then after this thing, they will ask you to go and sit down because they want to work on your passport. Then they will stamp something in your passport and give to you. Then the interview is finished. Then you have to go and wait for them. If there's any other document they need from you, they will write you within 2 or 3 weeks to provide it. Then when you provide it, you keep on waiting for them. If your documents are complete and correct, then they will send you invitation to come and collect the visa. And if you are coming from Nigeria, this one didn't end there. The lawyer, that 120,000 naira you paid, the lawyer will come for investigation in your house, in your brothers and sisters' house. In fact, every information where you went to secondary and primary education, he will investigate. Where you people had your court marriage, he will investigate every damn document that you submitted to them. That is why you need to be very, very careful on your document. Make sure that all of them are complete, accurate. Don't contradict anything, because if you are contradicting it, you are postponing or you are prolonging the process of your family reunion visa. I hope you find this video useful. Please, if you do, I beg of you, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Lynda Chukwuezi channel. You can share this video. I am giving you wonderful information. And also, there is another question somebody asked me about student visa. Maybe I will do the video next. If you have questions still, you can write it down below the comment section. Then when I read it, I will make video, because a lot of people have been asking me what are the questions, what are the link of the forms. That is why I made this. I hope you find this video useful. For now, I will say bye-bye. Keep on watching Lynda Chukwuezi channel. Bye-bye. I love you all.